Did the RSF shoot down a Sudanese loyalist MiG? Now, before I get started, I've had my eye on Sudan since April of 2023, ever since I did my How Marines Evacuate an Embassy video. To kind of recap here, I'm going to play a section of the video I made back in April.
Now, regarding the conflict in Sudan, here's the basics. Essentially, there's two Sudanese generals, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan of the Sudanese army, and General Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, or Hemedti, of the RSF, or Rapid Support Forces. The RSF is kind of like a state-sponsored militia, and these two generals are fighting for power. The army and the RSF joined forces back in 2019 in order to overthrow President Omar al-Bashir. If the RSF sounds familiar, they were formed out of the Janjaweed militia that put down a rebellion in Darfur back in 2013. Well, now the Sudanese army wants the RSF integrated under the army's command structure, and the RSF is not having that. So they're fighting for power.
Okay, so that's basically what's going on. Note that this is probably going to be a Substack exclusive. I will try to recut this for YouTube, but I appreciate all of my Substack subscribers because your $5 a month is what allows me to pay my rent while I do these videos. If this does end up on YouTube, you can find the full footage at ryanmcbeth.substack.com. So to start, let me show you the video which came from the RSF's Twitter page. Then I'm going to show you two pictures that were sent to me by a Sudanese journalist. Then I'm going to break down the video and the pictures. Let's watch the video.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله الكريم. نحن بنرسل رسالة للبرهان وبنقول له جقيمنا حار جقيمنا حار جقيمنا حار. هاكا احنا ما بنقول كلامك داك، بنقول الجقيم بس. الليلة وبتاريخ 6 يناير 2024 ميلاد السودان الجديد وإهداء للبرهان الأوان، إهداء للبرهان الأوان. هاك الجقم الحار طع. ها يا نحلة ديك طيارتكم يا برهان دي طيارتك
جاهزين بسرعة حسب. قول له الكيزان، اديني هاي الكيزان. قول له اديني هاي الكيزان، اديني هاي الكيزان.
Okay, to start, this here is the word MIG, and Taira is airplane. So this says Rapid Support Forces shoot down a MiG plane for al-Burhan militia in Khartoum. I think this might either be a Chinese FA-6 or an FA-16. The quality is really bad, either due to the bad cell phone or poor Twitter compression. So I'm just really basing this on the way the shoulder strap falls and the sights. The man fires, then the camera cuts away. Someone, maybe the cameraman, is saying Bismillah, or in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, which is the starting sentence of the Quran and something Muslims say before they do basically anything, before praying, before eating, before starting a project at work, or in this case, firing a missile. Note that the accent is kind of weird to me. They don't sound Egyptian. They definitely don't sound Iraqi. It's kind of their own accent here. The journalist who sent me these pictures said that he had watched the video and that the men were speaking in a Darfur accent. Now a parachute opens, and yes, Russian parachutes are orange and white. You can even buy them on eBay. This looks mostly orange, but that again could be a factor of the Twitter compression algorithm. Now, the official RSF Twitter page claims that they shot down one plane with two pilots. The only Sudanese plane I know of that is a two-seater is the Su-24, and they only have 3 of them, or maybe now they only have 2 of them, so I just don't know. The camera then cuts back to the MANPADS gunner, and he says, "Oh, proof Abu Rawan." Now, Abu means father in Arabic, so I don't know if the gunner is talking to someone named Father Rawan, or if Abu Rawan is a district in Khartoum, which is the capital of Sudan. It's almost like he's saying, proof we did this in Abu Rawan. There is an Abu Said, there is an Abu Halamina, but I can't find any Abu Rawan. Then the camera cuts to what is ostensibly the debris field from the plane. Unfortunately, I can't understand anything they're saying in the debris field, and the video isn't very good. But the two pictures that the Sudanese journalist sent me appear to be that of an Iranian Mohajer drone. Either the Mohajer-2 or the Mohajer-6, I can't tell, but you can tell from this little actuator here. So I think this may be a mishmash of several different videos and just slick video production and editing. Because of the cutting, I can't prove that the gunner in the video actually shot down a MiG. Maybe he actually did shoot something down and this was intercut with old footage of a previous shutdown. I just don't know. The video does appear to show some kind of ejection. And this footage appears to be that of an Iranian drone. So, all that being said, I can't conclusively prove that anything was shot down from the video, but we can learn three things. For one, the RSF has some manpads capability, and they may have received this capability from Russian private military contractor Wagner back in the spring. Number two, Sudan now has Mohajer-2 or Mohajer-6 drones, which is not a capability I was aware that they had. So at some point between April and January, they managed to get their hands on some Iranian drones. Number three, even the poorest countries can afford drones now. We saw this at the beginning of the Second Nagorno-Karabakh War between Armenia and Azerbaijan, where Armenia had this Soviet-like structure and Azerbaijan used Turkish drones to wipe the floor with Armenia in the span of about 6 weeks. The drone war is the next arms race. I want to end with a note about a Sudanese journalist named Awab. I'm not going to show you a picture or tell you who he works for, but Sudan is 148th out of 180 on the Free Press Index from Reporters Without Borders. This guy risks his life every day with an unreliable internet connection to try to get the truth out. And I appreciate all of his hard work. Hey, if you want to support the channel, consider buying a t-shirt from Bunker Branding, like my Drone Suite drone shirt. It all goes to bring you awesome content like this. And thank you guys so much for watching.
In a world where fashion meets firepower, where style becomes strategy, it's time to gear up for the ultimate mission with Bunker Branding. Introducing the Rock Out With Your Chalk Out t-shirt, a tribute to the fearless air cavalry. Feel the adrenaline rush as you don the pride of the skies. For those of you who dare from the air, precision and power unite when you think outside the bomb. And don't miss our Live, Laugh, Launch t-shirts for Patriot and HIMARS, because sometimes defending freedom means bringing the thunder. Finally, for the true defender of the seas, we present Department of the Boat People. Sail with honor and show your allegiance to the world's mightiest maritime force. With these shirts, hoodies, and stickers, along with the tow missile, landmines, and drone warfare. These aren't just shirts, they're statements. They're your way of saying I stand for strength, unity, and style. Get yours at Bunker Branding today.